And we are meeting in the Commission Chamber at City Hall, and the time is 4:31. Before we get started, you may notice a little musical chairs. Tonight, Mayor Alcott is out of town, and as Mayor Pro Tem, I'll be presiding over this evening's meeting. And it's my first time in this role, so I'd appreciate a little patience and prayers from everybody as we move through tonight's agenda. And we begin each meeting with an invocation, and so I'd like to invite Reverend Lee to the podium. Mount Zion Baptist Church is hosting a back-to-school bash, their annual back-to-school bash, this Saturday, and it includes several community partners, and which includes our police department. So Reverend Lee, thank you so much for coming today, and will you tell our community a little bit about, how to get to your back-to-school bash on Saturday and what they can expect when they get there?
Yes, thank you so much to our city commissioner, who's acting now as Mayor Pro Tem tonight for the first time, I understand. And certainly we're excited to be here to do the invocation. I pastor the Mount Zion Baptist Church here in Bowling Green, where I've been privileged to serve for the last 11 years now. 5 of those years, we have partnered with the Bowling Green Police Department in our annual back-to-school bash. Each year, it has continued to grow. And certainly we've been excited. We thank God for the partnership. There are other partners, many of them desire to remain nameless, and so we will respect their privacy, but we do want them to know publicly that we appreciate all they do. This coming Saturday, beginning at 4 p.m. At 175 Graham Drive, we will have food, we will have games, we will be giving away all kinds of books and bicycles, you name it. Certainly, we're looking forward to it. Again, it has been our delight to serve this community in that capacity, and certainly we would that you would continue to lift John Amber Barnett, who has really been instrumental in working with Ronnie Ward and to pull this off. We know that she has some health challenges in this season, and we want her to know that she's in our thoughts and our prayers as well.
Absolutely. Ms. Barnett is such a community champion, not only with Feeding America on Wednesdays, feeding our seniors and our communities, but doing things like this back-to-school bash. So we definitely want to send our love and prayers to Ms. Barnett. And I definitely want to shout out to our police department, who are always out there grilling. Yes. And I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but they also saved a baby who was choking. I mean,
That's
like, they are just heroes in every way, just always out in our community doing incredible things. So thank you all so much for your church and the ways that you all are serving our community. And would you bless us with an invocation this evening?
Let's pray. God of justice, righteousness, mercy, peace, and hope. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who hast brought us safe thus far. We pause now before we dare to ask you for anything. We thank you for everything, because we acknowledge that every good and perfect gift comes from you. We thank you specifically for being the keeper of our city, because we understand that except the Lord keep our city, those who watch for it do so in vain. And so tonight, God, I thank you for the privilege to stand in the capacity of intercessor, to intercede on behalf of not only our city in general, but our city commissioners in particular. As we gather tonight in this gathering, we pray for your guidance, for your wisdom, for your justice, for your mercy. You have been a God who have been our help in ages past. You are hope for days to come, but you are a very present help in the time of trouble. The truth be told, as we look around in our nation, our state, our cities, we'll see troubled times. And yet, God, because of the hope that we have as a result of the resurrection of our Lord and Savior, we can remain optimistic and not pessimistic. We believe that the best is still yet to come. Your word instructs us to seek the peace and the prosperity of our city. That's what we've come to do tonight. We thank you for our leadership. We thank you for those public servants tonight who serves in various capacities. Tonight, I thank you specifically, God, for City Commissioner Dana Beasley Brown. I thank you as she's serving for the first time tonight as Mayor Pro Tem. Be with her, walk her through as she lead us through. And when we come to the end of this meeting, may we look back on this meeting and be able to say, it's been a good meeting. In Jesus' name, amen.
Reverend Lee, if everyone will recite the pledge with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mrs. Jackson, will you please call the roll?
Commissioner Hill.
Here.
Commissioner Perigin.
Here.
Commissioner Bailey.
Here.
Mayor Alcott, absent. Commissioner Mayor Pro Tem Beasley Brown.
Here. Mr. Meisel, do you have any comments at this time?
I do. I'd like to first knock out my usual announcement. If you want to make public comments, please sign the register in the back of the room. We'll take those up after our regular session. And then secondly, I'd like to, we've got a short presentation update for you all with our stormwater fee in lieu of construction and utility fee that I'd like to ask Ms. Courtney Howell to come up and present. So, Courtney. Courtney's with our Environmental Compliance Division.
Thank you, Jeff. Good afternoon, Commissioners. First off, we have a consulting team comprised of Public Works, environmental compliance staff, the consulting firm GPD Group, and then environmental legal counsel. They're meeting bi-weekly and as needed, if more frequently, to draft a clear and actionable ordinance with good language for the program. The last meeting was July 10th, and the next meeting will be July 31st. Rather than reinventing the wheel, we are reviewing existing stormwater utilities established by other MS4 communities like Sanitation District 1 in Northern Kentucky and LFUCG, Lexington, Fayette County. We're trying to identify elements that may be adapted to fit the needs of our program. As for a fee structure, the proposed fee structure under consideration includes $4 a month for single-family residents and duplexes, and $2 for multifamily units and mobile home community units. Commercial and industrial rates are going to be based on the amount of impervious surface measured in equivalent residential units, or ERUs. The consulting firm is currently determining the average impervious area of a single-family residence within the city of Bowling Green to establish that baseline ESU that the commercial and industrial rates will be based on. Oh, excuse me. We are also working with BGMU and Warren County Water to evaluate billing and data options to see what the mechanisms are that we can use to identify and assign the fees to the 3 property classifications. With regards to the fee in lieu of construction, last week, Environmental Compliance Division Manager Matt Powell and Public Works Director Andy Souza met with the Builders Association to present information about the fee lock component of the utility. They addressed questions and concerns and ultimately received support from the association. It is also worth noting that several development projects are currently on hold pending the implementation of this program. The intended launch of the Stormwater Utility Fee Lock program is January 1st of 2026. Again, just a brief update, but it's important to emphasize that we're investing the necessary time and resources to ensure this program is fair, effective, and designed with the interests of all involved. With that, we welcome any questions or feedback you may have.
So these projects are on hold because the developers are in support of this and they'd rather wait until this is implemented and
Yes,
pay that?
ma'am. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Can you explain to the public that is watching this what the ELOC is in lieu of what construction, that kind of a thing?
So with our current regulations, development is required to, over 1 acre, is required to install water quality unit or water quality best management practice that then they have to, in perpetuity of the property, take care of, maintain, clean it out, supply us with reports that they're doing so. If the FELOC comes into play, or when it does, those developers will be able to pay a fee, also something we're working on, but they'll be able to pay a fee that will go into a pool, and we'll then use that for larger scale programs and projects that we will maintain with the support of the stormwater utility.
Well, that's what's, the developers are really liking that
Yes,
feature.
so they're liking that the property owner isn't going to have to maintain that. And a lot of times there's some failures that they'll also have to repair. And the cost long-term is not near what it would be if they pay the one-time fee to that pool.
Thank you.
Courtney, what if there's issues like down the road and they pay that one-time fee? What would happen in that case? Second, are we looking at any type of thing for some type of waivers for anybody that's on a fixed income?
First question, to address that, if there were any issues with the money that they put into the FELOC, that would be overarching, like larger projects that the city would be responsible for? Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Coming up?
Please.
So I believe your question was on if there were issues,
the
taken
road.
from the site itself or from the project we implemented using the FELOC funds?
Project, let's say if, we fix it and we believe that we fix it, but 20 years down the road,
Oh, I think I see. So the way the FELOC program will work, I'm just going to kind of start from the top to make sure we're working off the same understanding. Instead of installing a treatment device on their site, they would then, like as we discussed, pay that fee to us, and we install a treatment system somewhere else that we would be responsible for maintaining. So that design and that maintenance of that system, that all comes back on us. If there's an issue with the system we build, then it is incumbent upon the city to utilize that program to continue to ensure it is in functioning order. The developers will still have to comply with all stormwater quantity and drainage requirements. So it would not absolve them from building a basin for stormwater storage to not, flood the neighboring property, something like that. It only lets them kind of allocate that funding for water quality to a place where we can establish a larger, more beneficial project for that one. Does that kind of make sense? Does that hit to your question, or did I miss the point?
it does. So if there's an issue down the road, the city's gonna basically be responsible.
Yes, sir. And that way, we'll be able to have full responsibility on it without having to share, and, have the more parties that are involved on technical matters often make them more complex. So, and we can also, through the fact that we have a substantial storm sewer network, we can find locations that we can provide much greater environmental benefit for treatment than on individual one-off sites as well. And I believe your second question was on the potential for a waiver for
Someone that's
utility.
older or someone that has like some type of disability
So
that's on a fixed income.
Yes, sir. So we've looked at the idea, but we haven't come upon a thought for that, like an actual implementation for that. We've considered it as an idea. No one else really does that within the stormwater utilities we've looked at and surveyed. The closest thing we've come to is Murray has the half price for the units that are multifamily, multi-tenant, those situations, which would reduce, in our case, going from $4 to $2 a month. That's so far the only consideration we've made for that in writing. Obviously, we've talked about the potential for some waiver or other relief, but as of right now, as far as I know, the only things that would be referring folks to the existing programs that are out there for utility bill relief.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I just want to thank your whole stormwater team. Just the floodings that we had this spring right here in Bowling Green, and then, the floodings last week in Texas. We have more today in the Northeast, and I'm just so grateful in talking with you all over the last few months and last few weeks and days, just how committed you all are to protecting our community, and how fiercely you protect this community, and know you want to do the right thing on your watch, and making sure that we are protecting our community and making sure that we can prevent these future floods, and including things that we have on our agenda this evening to try to mitigate those projects. And so can you talk a little bit about how implementing this program, what are the types of things that we're going to be able to do to help these neighborhoods that are being impacted by flooding, what we hope to achieve by raising with these utility fees?
Yes, ma'am. So one of the most widespread issues with the storm sewer system in the city of Bowling Green is that especially the areas developed before 1976 often have no or extremely under capacity systems to serve those. Anywhere in the city that was developed before 1976 did not have to have stormwater drainage basins, did not have to have conveyances that are up to the current standards. So one of the things that the stormwater utility funds would give us the ability to do would be to identify areas that are not currently served by adequate stormwater measures, and to install adequate stormwater measures, basins, stormwater conveyances like ditches and pipes as needed, to get that water off of people's properties and homes and down the line into our streams or into a storage facility for conveyance into the ground. It also would allow us to go into that 200 miles of pipe that we have and ensure that we have the ability to regularly inspect it and maintain that system as needed, because every time right now we go and inspect a new section of pipe, a new stormwater system from what we've previously done, we find new issues. I believe we're working on more than $10 million in identified issues at this point, and we've inspected less than 10% of our storm sewer system in the last couple of years. So that's the biggest thing, is we have this system out there, we're responsible for maintaining it, and every time we turn around we find new issues that arise from just age and from natural processes that break down the materials we use, and we have to go in and address them.
Thank you all again for
Yes, ma'am.
continuing to meet and figure out these issues. And you said that you hope to, have it on the ground ready to go January 1st, but when do you think you'll have an ordinance for us to vote on?
I would hope we'll have an ordinance for you guys to vote on within the next 2 or 3 months. As we've talked about, the process has been kind of slow because we are trying to make sure that any numbers we arrive at in particular are as fair as possible and they're defensible. They represent, for instance, the ERU represents the actual average residential area in the city of Bowling Green. We initially started working using 3,100 square feet as a close to average value statewide. And so we want to make sure that value is actually tailored to Bowling Green and represents what's out there. And so right now our consultant is going through a specifically selected area of town, a subset of town that has, we think, a representative mix of everything that we have, residential, commercial, industrial, all that, and generating that value. We are currently waiting on that piece to come in. That's our next item.
All right. Thank you all so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Mr. Mizel, did you have any other comments?
No, I just appreciate the due diligence that Public Works is putting toward this. We want to do it right. We don't want to rush through it. So thanks to Andy and Matt and their teams, and Courtney and Nick. We want to put something good forward and not have to go back and do any cleanup. So it's a tedious process, and we appreciate your all's patience.
Thank you, Mizel. The next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes from the regular Board of Commission meeting on July 1st, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Perigin, seconded by Hill. Any corrections or additions? None. Roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes. Municipal Order Number 2025-171.
Municipal order approving the probationary appointments of Skylar Chavone, Cameron Marsh, and Luke Roche to the position of Police Cadet 2 in the Police Department.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Hill, seconded by Bailey. Mr. Meisel.
I'd like to ask Lori Gray, our HR manager that serves police, to come up and make this announcement. Lori?
Good evening. I'm here this evening to request the approval of the appointment of Cameron Marsh, Skylar Chavon, and Luke Roche to the position of Police Cadet 2. They are all three here, so I'll have them to stand. The Human Resource Department recruits for this position year-round. All three will be enrolled in Class 10 of the Bowling Green Law Enforcement Academy. Their acceptance into the academy is contingent on their work performance as their Cadet 2 until the graduation or until the start date in April of 2026. Now to introduce each one, we have Cameron Marsh. She graduated from Western Kentucky University with a bachelor's degree in psychology. She is currently a Cadet 1 with the Bowling Green Police Department. Skylar Chavon graduated from Western Kentucky University with a bachelor's degree in forensic psychology. She is currently a Cadet 1 at the Bowling Green Police Department. And Luke Roche graduated from Universal Technical Institute with an associate's degree in automotive technology. His most recent employment was a service technician at Greenwood Ford Lincoln. Please let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you. Cadets, would you introduce yourselves and anyone you have with you? We'll start in the front row. All right. Hi, family at home.
Hello, everyone. I'm Luke Roche, and I'm here with my parents, Steve and Shannon Roche.
Welcome.
Hi, I'm Skylar Chavon. With me, I have some of the cadet crew, and then at home, families watching.
Great. Hello, family. Commissioners, you have any comments or questions?
Congratulations.
Congrats. Skylar, were you on the forensics team at WKU? Oh, I was about to say, you guys have been killing it over the last couple of years. But congratulations to each one of you. And I see someone has roses or flowers. Hey, that's the way to do it.
Well, we're super excited to have all of you on board when we make it official, and we just also want to just lift up the families. We know it's not just a commitment from these future police officers, but for the whole family. Those nights you're going to be praying and not sleeping, worrying about them. We just are so grateful for all of you and your commitment to keeping our city safe. So let's make this official. Roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes. Municipal Order Number 2025-172.
Municipal order approving the probationary appointment of Alyssa Garcia Lopez to the position of financial specialist in the Finance Department.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Perigin, seconded by Hill. Mr. Meisel.
I'd like to ask T.R. Britt, our HR manager for finance, to come up and make this recommendation. This is due to a recent resignation. There was a gentleman that decided to get married and had to move away. So, T.R., take it away.
So we would like to recommend the appointment for the financial specialist. As Mr. Meisel said, this was due to a resignation. We recruited for this position externally, internally. This will be a little bit of the same role. The primary responsibility will be in licensing. And Miss Alessa is here tonight with her family, so she would please stand. So she recently graduated in May with honors, actually summa cum laude, with business economics and a management degree. She is bilingual, speaking both English and Spanish, and she received a lot of her experience at the Financial Aid Office at Western Kentucky University and working as a high school ministry assistant with Living Hope Baptist Church. But we were ecstatic to get her on board with us, so let me know if you have questions.
I see you have family with you. Would you introduce them to us?
I do. I have my mom, Mercedes Lopez, and my uncle, Jose Lopez, and my brother, Daniel Garcia.
Well, welcome, everyone. You are joining the best finance department in the state of Kentucky, so we are excited to have you join us, and it's going to be amazing, and can't wait to see you here at future commission meetings. Commissioners?
Congratulations. And to graduate summa cum laude, that speaks volumes. That shows how much dedication that you had and stuff. And to be able to speak two languages, was it hablo español muy poquito? Sí. Abogado. Yeah.
Other comments or questions? All right, roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes. Municipal Order Number 2025-174.
173.
Oh, sorry, 173,
okay.
thank you.
Municipal order authorizing renewal of bid number 2023-47 for arboricultural services from the Tree Company LLC in an amount not to exceed $80,000.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Hill, seconded by Bailey. Mr. Meisel.
As you all know, we have a lot of trees that come down during storms, and we have a need for cleanup from time to time in our parks and different places. We went out for bid for this back in 2023. Bid was awarded to the Tree Company with a secondary backup vendor of Bushels and Blooms. We would like to renew our contract with both of these companies for the coming fiscal year. And this is a not to exceed contract for $80,000. And we request your approval.
Thank you, Mr. Meisel.
Andy Souza's here, and is anybody from Parks here? It's mainly Public Works and Parks that utilize this service, but it's critical a lot different times during the year. So,
Do you have any? Roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes. Municipal Order Number 2025-174.
Municipal order authorizing an agreement through non-competitive negotiations with Help the Helpers LLC to provide a mental health and resiliency wellness program for the fire, human resources and risk management, and police departments in the total amount of $165,500.
So moved.
Second.
Moved
by Bailey, seconded by Hill. Mr. Meisel.
this one has a couple of parts to it, but mainly the Help the Helpers LLC is a firm that we've been using now for a couple years for our peer support for police, fire, and HR even uses it for additional employee consulting or counseling. And so we are also, we're actually recommending to re-up or renew with Help the Helpers LLC for the coming year. I think this would be year 3 for our mental health and resiliency wellness program. And so along with that, though, we are wanting to go after a grant from the Law Enforcement Mental Health and Wellness Act. This is the Department of Justice for some money. And even if we don't get this award, we've got some contingency money, but we would like to apply for this grant. It covers program costs for mental wellness training, hypervigilance, all kinds of skills for coping, along with the access to the COP-proof online resources that police use, monthly peer support, all kinds of things. So we've had a really good experience with Help the Helpers. Chief Delaney is here. Deputy Chief Brett Smith is here. Aaron Holsey, HR Director, is here, can answer any of your questions on this. But we've had a really good experience with this firm and would like to continue working with them with your approval. $165,500.
Mr. Meisel.
I think it's an excellent grant. Thank you, Aaron and Chiefs, both of you, because we know that it's appropriate. It's called Help the Helpers, because you guys so often are helping people out in the community, and y'all take that weight home. And, getting help. A long time ago, you guys probably didn't have the help that you get today. So I'm glad you guys have that, because sometimes you got to just decompress, and being able to talk it out and get it out sometimes helps that individual out and stuff. So this is a great grant to have.
Bailey. I just want to thank the three of you as well for your leadership. I don't know if any of you have any anecdotes or just kind of describe to folks who maybe don't have a loved one or hasn't been on the front lines, just what it's like to have, as part of your job, where you do have a lot of this hypervigilance and danger, trauma in front of you each day, and how this is really having a positive impact for our first responders.
Happy to say a few words about it. This was a program that began in earnest in 2021, and we have seen great benefits from it. Number one, thank you for supporting it on the front end. Number two, we ask and we say thank you for continuing to support it. It's been a great benefit to our people. The police department, he can maybe speak to just the testimonies from the people. Critical incidents that we see, average Americans, 2 to 3 in a lifetime. Public safety, 1 to 200 within a 20 to 25-year career, right? And the effects that that has on our people. This has been a great thing. You'll never know what you prevent. You only know the testimonies from your people that come back and say how much it's helped them. The peer support team that we've been able to develop, great help from HR. Can't say thank you enough for that. We've got a great team. In this phase 2 of the continued hypervigilance training, we look forward to. It's got some great aspects to it. Number one, we've got phase 1 where we have new employees. We've got to get them through the hypervigilance training. But then phase 2 for the people that have already been through phase 1 to help educate in skills for combating the emotional effects of hypervigilance. And one thing that really hits home to me is the support system that every individual has. I was blessed when I started my career. I was 30 years old, married, and had a kid, right? Had a great church family, had a great crew around me at work. I had a fantastic support system. Not everybody has that. So we've got to help to develop that support system for the people that don't have it. And then the online training platform that they're putting together for us, I think is going to be beneficial for everyone. And then last but certainly not least, some education for our spouses that carry the burden with us. This is a great program, and we thank you for supporting it.
Need to correct what I said. The 165,500 is a 3-year total. I believe this current year is 65.5. Is that right, Aaron?
No, that's the amount for all 3 departments.
Okay. Yeah, we've added more. Yeah. Okay. It is 165.5. I apologize.
Chief Delaney or Aaron, did you have anything else you wanted to share about the impact of this program?
I too am very grateful for Help the Helpers, Cindy Lemon, her husband, her associates that do the training. We could not have started our peer support program and been able to help our first responders after the tornado of December of 21 without them. So they helped get us the resources when we didn't fully have a team established. They've been wonderful partners. They are part of our community. They've been part of our public safety departments. They know our people. They have earned the trust of our people. The component that HR has is we have an agreement where our employees are able to anonymously, without booking through anyone here, to book counseling appointments for themselves or their family, and we give them a safe, comfortable space to do that, and they don't have to pay anything for it. And taking that financial burden off of them, I think, is really important. And so I'm very grateful. I know that I hear many stories from the chiefs, from the departments on the success of the retreats, the success of the training, people that maybe were hesitant to go and then just feel completely different after the training. And I love how they have phased each year to have a different component, making sure that they're taking care of our new employees, taking care of the employees who have already attended the retreats with next phases, specialized training for our peer support team and our coordinators. They're hitting every part that they need to, and I think it's been very successful. I'm so grateful for your support.
Thank you all. I mean, I'm thinking about our first responders who run to danger, who run to the worst days of our lives, and they show up to be there for us, and they do it over and over again. And for you all as your departments, making sure that they have the support to process that, to be human, because they are human, right? And permission to be human, and to get that support and ways to heal from that. I'm just really grateful for all of your leadership. So thank you all so much. Commissioners, any more comments or questions? All right, roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes. Municipal Order Number 2025-175.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting the purchase of motor fuel through a sole source from Key Oil Company in the amount of $250,000.
So move.
Second.
Moved by Hill, seconded by Bailey. Mr. Meisel.
Years ago, we decided that we needed an on-site fueling station and went out for procurement of that. Key Oil was the winner, awarded the contract. We have a fueling station at Lapsley Lane where our Public Works Ops Center is, and we also have one on-site at Fairview Cemetery. Both of those were supplied by Key Oil. And so we are, before you tonight, we need to nail down purchase of fuel in the coming year. Since Key Oil owns those two sites, we need, this is a sole source purchase that we need to procure from them. This is for the tank site at Lapsley and the Fairview Cemetery. This was from Fleet, Denise Gillen. We have over 700 pieces of vehicles, pieces of equipment and vehicles that need gas and fuel, diesel, all kinds of stuff, and this is what provides them that fuel to go on. So fire trucks utilize this pump a lot at the Lapsley Lane location, and this would be for approximately $250,000 to provide fuel for the coming year. So ask for your approval.
Thank you, Mr. Meisel. Commissioners? All right, roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes. Municipal Order Number 2025-176.
Municipal order approving the purchase of property at 1112 Cave Mill Road and authorizing the mayor and other authorized city officials to execute a real estate sale and purchase agreement, deed, and all other necessary documents.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Perigin, seconded by Hill. Mr. Meisel.
As you all know, the floods early April were historic in a lot of ways, and we have been looking at the properties that were flooded for opportunities where we could create more capacity for stormwater. We met with you months ago to determine which properties that would be good fits for us to purchase, and so we come to again tonight with another property. This one's at 1112 Cave Mill Road. We think this is a good candidate for more stormwater capacity with the holding tanks, holding areas for the water. And so ask for your approval to purchase this property, 1112 Cave Mill Road. I'd like to thank Andy and his staff for working on this, but we think this is another good candidate on Cave Mill Road for us to be able to put a retainage area, a retention pond, whatever, to get that water away from key places. Ask for your approval.
Meisel? Commissioners? I just want to say thank you again to our Public Works and just our city manager and all the staff for continuing to make sure that, we're seeing these issues with flooding, and we have the public come and talk about and tell us their stories about what they are facing in their neighborhoods with these floodings. And you all just have got right on it and are working on solutions to figure out how do we make sure that stormwater runoff can be contained and that we don't see this in the future. So just thank you all so much. Roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes. Municipal Order Number 2025-177.
Municipal order approving the design, procurement, and construction management for the installation of overhead primary electrical work at the Butler County landfill and approving and authorizing the execution of a memorandum of agreement with the Commonwealth of Kentucky Energy and Environmental Cabinet, Division of Waste Management, to provide up to $196,000 to reimburse the city of Bowling Green for a portion of the costs.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Hill, seconded by Perigin. Mr. Meisel.
This project at Butler County landfill has been kind of a ongoing project over the years. Back in 2014, we did an agreement with the Kentucky Division of Wastewater to make some improvements to that site. We took care of some leachate that was going on there with some capping. If you go out there, you'll see these huge sheets of look like garbage bags heavy-duty garbage bag, plastic, that protect from erosion. But we were into phase 2 with this in 2018, but the state had informed us that they were not going to be able to provide us funding. But June of 19, with a memorandum of agreement, we did a new agreement where we took on the design, procurement, and construction management, and the state agreed to reimburse us for that. And we did a project where it would go into the Morgantown sanitary sewer system. And so, long story short, it's working pretty good, but we've got some electrical issues out there now at the site, and we're needing to, add more electricity, is my understanding. And so the state recently awarded a contract to this consulting, GAI Consulting Engineers, for this final phase, and they are proposing this solution of more electric, overhead primary electrical work to replace some broken, buried electric lines that would help with the pumps and all that kind of thing. And so Andy's here, Courtney's here, Nick, Journey can answer any of your question on this project, but we are looking to front some money for this project with the state, hopefully to reimburse us quite a bit of money, but it would not exceed $196,000. This, we think, would cover most of the project and take care of some things out there that we need to take care of. So, Andy, if you want to fill in the gaps, Nick, Journey, Courtney, I'm sure I missed a few things.
Good evening. So if you are lucky enough to own a landfill or a closed landfill like the city of Bowling Green has, we have several, you have to maintain that landfill forever. So what's kind of nasty at a landfill is there are garbage juices that leak out of landfills that must be pumped, treated, and then properly disposed of, and that's what this power helps us to do. We have pumps that do that. Happily give you all a tour if you would like to go up. And what's amazing is we have a very large closed landfill in Butler County. That's where this is. So we definitely need some new power upgrades for the pumps and some other issues that we have at the site. We also maintain it in terms of mowing, so it's not like we just forget it. We're out there constantly working on it. Nick, did I mess that up? Perfect.
The only thing I'll add is that just about every time there's any kind of inclement weather, we have some kind of issue currently with the electrical. That we've got an automated system that lets us know when power is lost to any of the 6 pumps. And when it comes back on, I think the record for on and offs I've seen was 6 times in a 24-hour period. So I had about 48 text messages from all those pumps. And that's what we're hoping to ameliorate with this project, utilizing these state funds.
We had some pumps to fail for lack of power or
And they come back online. So,
Okay.
but the risk with, particularly with the leachate pumps, is if they're not pumping leachate, it's building up in the landfill itself, and that can lead to a breach of the cap, in which case comes a much more involved project that is also coming in on an emergency basis.
It's one of the fun things of owning a landfill that you can't get rid of, so.
Well, commissioners, do you have any questions or comments? All right, roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes. Municipal order number 2025-178.
Municipal order approving a memorandum of agreement between the City of Bowling Green, County of Warren, and Warren County Board of Education regarding the funding of educational pathway at the Warren County Area Technology Center, and further approving funding in the amount of $33,817.20.
So moved.
Second.
Okay.
Moved by Perigin, seconded by Hill. Mr. Meisel.
This was brought to me by Meredith Rosansky at the Chamber. Of course, she's head of SCK Launch with all the career pathways. There's never, I don't know if we've ever had a career path for police and fire, and we have an opportunity now for that to create a new pathway that would really help our BGPD and BGFD as well as Sheriff's Department. And it's called Careers in Public Safety. Warren County Area Technology Center has the space to house this, and they've found a qualified instructor, but they have not yet gotten approval from the state to fund this. So we've been asked to be kind of the stopgap for the first year of this, and we would be sharing this with the county. We've been asked to contribute $33,000 I said I only do it for 1 year, and you all have got to figure out, a way to get the state to fund this going forward. And so I'm bringing this to you all. If you all see fit, we can pursue it, but if you don't, we can tell them, we need to try to find other options. But in the memo, it covers all of the different different subjects that they would be covering for the class and the career pathway. But again, we're splitting the cost of the teachers' salary with the county. We're looking at $33,800 for the first year just to get this thing going. So I think we've got money in JDIP. We figure this is a job development type of program, and so we've got money to cover this, and if you all are willing to approve it.
Thank you, Maisel. Commissioners?
I want to say a thank you to Meredith Rosansky for always showing up for these types of things. And I said that to her earlier, but I'm going to get this on official camera here. But we do appreciate that and all you do and bring to our community.
Meredith, do you have anything to add?
I've been working, actually having conversations for about 3 years now with our law enforcement community, in particular about how do we create that pipeline that now feeds into your really nice new training facility. And Daryl Woods is now the new principal at the ATC. He surveyed our area high schools that feed into that school. There's about 200 students that are interested in pursuing this pathway, so we're super excited about it. As Mr. Meisel said, the state wouldn't approve it fast enough for us to start this school year, but we really wanted to get it going since we had so much interest. And as a growing community, we need that pipeline, and so we really appreciate your consideration for support of this. We work really hard to make sure that all of our students have a really great path forward and an opportunity to jumpstart that career. Hopefully they'll stay in our community forever, so thank you.
How many students will you be able to serve at the beginning of this program? You're going to have one instructor?
So there'll be one instructor. I believe the way they split it, I think the max capacity is like 40 in the first half of the day and 40 second half of the day. So they could do 80, but that'll be a mix of juniors and seniors. But I don't know. The first year will probably be a little less as they just kind of get ramped up and get going. But we're super excited because we've never had a pathway like this before. So.
Meredith, this is a great pathway. I think that even if someone doesn't choose this, the career, I'm looking at just some of the credentials that you guys are going to be teaching some of the students. One of them is Stop the Bleed certificate. That's very important. Basic life support certificate. I know anybody that's ever trained on those things, if someone's choking or if someone is bleeding, they will basically have that knowledge. Along with that, if they decide to stay here, sometimes it's always better to know like your community, especially if we're trying to keep some students that would decide to stay here in Bowling Green. They'll know the folks that they'll be serving. And sometimes that's a great thing because they can see them and know the interaction, and a lot of the culture is the same, and they can basically go talk to them. So having something like that is going to be helpful for some of the students that are here.
Well, and it just so happens that the identified instructor happens to be a retired Bowling Green Police Department person, so he definitely knows exactly what they're looking for, so we're super excited about that. And I couldn't agree more on the certification. In another life, I was a crisis line volunteer and got certified in crisis intervention, and I've used that training more in my life than any other school I've ever been to. So.
Well, thank you so much, Meredith. I just want to echo everyone's thanks to you. I mean, there is no one in our community who is able to pull together the private sector, the public sector, and our education system in a way that helps us just thrive and be able to compete with the rest of the world with how incredible this synergy is around how our community works together to move into the future and ensuring that everybody has a path to success. So just thank you for everything you're doing.
Appreciate it.
Commissioners, anything else? All right, roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes. Municipal order number 2025-179.
Municipal order approving and authorizing out-of-town travel expenses for Mayor Todd Alcott to attend Leadership Kentucky in Berea, Kentucky.
So moved.
Second.
By Perigin, seconded by Hill. Mr. Meisel.
So the mayor was fortunate enough to be selected for Leadership Kentucky. I believe, Commissioner Perigin, you've been through this program years ago.
Best
and
class ever.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for the mayor to be able to network out across the state, promote Bowling Green. And so per our financial policies and procedures, everything, as you all know, when you travel, anything over $50, we just need your stamp of approval on this. But I think the mayor, this was his first event over in Berea, and back in June, and just need approval of the expenditures on that trip.
All right, thank you, Mr. Meisel. All right, thank you, Mayor, for serving and representing us statewide. Roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Beasley Brown.
Yes. All right, as our city clerk, Miss Ashley Jackson, is checking public comments. No? All right, we do not have any public comments. Our next scheduled meeting is August 5th, 2025. And if there is no further discussion, we are adjourned.